Hey guys, hope everyone had a great week. So this is what my guavas looked like last week. Check it out! So this is the guavas this week, and they've gotten so much bigger. They're on their third set of true leaves, and it's just look at that. Last week that was so small. And even the small ones, I'll show you a picture of what they look like. So this is what the purple ones that I was trying to save looked like last week. Look at that. These got a lot bigger too. And these two are from the same guava plant, and this is from another one. And the fruit actually looks similar, but you can see, look, it's like more round shape, the leaves, and here it's more pointy. Here's a side-by-side comparison, and I'm actually really looking forward to the one on the left. I really like how that leaf looks. It looks really cute. Next up are the papayas that I got from my neighbor. So these are what the seedlings look like last week. And here are the papayas. So it's been rainy and they're under shade, and the leaves are looking a little yellow. So I probably should move them out. But oh, I sometimes just toss my weeds and clippings back here from mulch and compost. It's a little hard to tell, but the leaves are a bit bigger, and it's hard to tell on camera now that I'm editing it, but it is a lot more yellow in real life. So I definitely have to move this. Here are the Rambutans last week. So these are the Rambutans, or Jum. And you can see the one here. This is the one that got this little grasshopper thing on it, and I killed it or took it off, and it's still recovering. And this other one, let me see if you can see. You can see the leaves look good. It's showing good growth since I moved it so it's more exposed to the sun. It's doing kind of semi-shade, but I definitely need to transplant this into better soil, like more living soil. This medium I have might be a soilless mix or coco coir, I don't know, but I did give it a little bit of fertilizer, very little, because there's nothing in soilless soil mix. So just, for the sake of maintenance, it's better just to use real soil and then mix with something else for better drainage. As for the pomegranate, this is it last week, and this is the pomegranate this week. I actually feel kind of bad about this. It's like, the favorite child in the family and the least favorite. So of all my seedlings, this is my least favorite, and you can kind of tell because I have not been, watching over it through the week and making sure it gets more sun so it grows. So it's kind of stunted, I think, at this point. But I will give it more attention, and we will see what happens next week. And next up is Survivor. So this is him last week on the right. Here's Survivor, still going strong. Not much has changed really. I think the roots got a little longer. I think I took a picture I'll show on the screen. I realized sphagnum moss doesn't have nutrients, so I had to transplant him. Not much to see this week, but hopefully we see something next week. So this is the mandarin seedling that first sprouted out of the batch, and this is him last week. Look at it! So this is the mandarin. I covered the seed a little bit with some more soil, and the reason I did that was because I didn't see any more seedlings popping out of it, even though I thought people say that mandarins should be polyembryonic. Moving on to my favorite, which are the sugar apples / atemoyas. These are the Lisa Pride atemoya seeds that I bought off Etsy. I just took off the lid. So this is the atemoya seeds, and some of them had like white mold on it, so I took those out. But you can see this one, besides from where I cut it with the nail clipper, it's expanding, and you see the roots are the white of the seed. So these are definitely going to root. Some of them did open up, but there was just white mold around it. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I put those in a separate planter. I wanted to do an experiment to see which one does better, but so this is in the Glad bag with paper towel, and it's also cracking. Let me see if I can get a bigger one. And these, some of them had white mold too. Let's see. Oh, yes, you see it's cracking. Okay, I'm just moving on ahead because probably not a lot of people want to just see seeds. But this is the sugar apple seedling that I showed you last week. And this is the little guy 2 days later. And I just spent every day trying to crack the seed coat a little bit. This is me Saturday just examining it, thinking, maybe I can crack it. Either I kill the plant or I help it. So there's me doing it. And this is when I realized, oh my gosh, I don't think I should have done that. I just wanted to photosynthesize, you know what I mean? So then I was like, oh, I'll just squeeze the seed coat back and no harm, no foul, right? Anyways, this was actually a very crazy moment for me because my head was racing and I didn't know what to do. But because I was very impatient, I just kept playing with it. And eventually, this is what happened. And I live with my decision, and I think it was actually a pretty good one because the very next day, the true leaf, it looked bigger. And then I forget, but over the weekend, I managed to get this other part of the seed off, the other half off, because I just think that the baby leaf should be out so that it could help do the whole photosynthesis stuff so that it could grow and get bigger. And the tips were kind of yellow from being not exposed to the sun from being in the seed coat. And I was always concerned that it would get sunburned, but I decided that because the true leaf was looking healthy, it should be exposed to more sun so that it could get that energy and develop better. Guys, that decision was terrible. My seedling actually died. Just kidding. This is it. 3 days later is my sugar apple seedling. And it's supposed to be the purple slash red variety. So every time I'm outside, I would move it to where the sun is. I wanted to get as much sun as possible before we get our first frost, and I have to bring it inside. And I was watching another video where the lady said the purple variety, when it first emerges from like a tree branch, the leaves are purplish. So these are not, but maybe because it's young, or it could just be that this is it just reverted back to being green, which is not an issue for me because I do want a green one. I want a green and a purple. So we'll check out how the other seedlings, what they look like when they emerge. I don't know if you could tell, but there's this kind of like a weird yellow goldish gleam to the leaf. And I was a little concerned, but it seems to be doing fine because you can see the stem is developing. Okay, enough about the sugar apples. Moving on to envy apple and my Asian pear. This is the envy apple, and I've been just taking off the branches and the leaves there so that it gets a little taller. I might have to do a stick to help it, but it definitely, I think the mini prune I did on it definitely made it a little taller than last week. And over here, the Asian pears, and I did the same. I didn't really do this one, but maybe I will do that soon. I did some here. They're looking great. Look at the leaves. So definitely they do a lot better in semi-shade and not in the heat and the sun of the afternoon. Nothing much to show for diamond guava, hence the same footage. It's just gonna take some time for those to germinate. And I have an addiction. I just cannot stop eating fruit and then looking at the seed and going, can I grow this? It's stressful because winter is coming and I'm in zone 7B, which does have a winter and it could get pretty cold, but we will see, and let's just see what I can get to fruit. Okay, and that's it. I update weekly on Wednesday and latest on Thursday. Until next time, bye.